We're here at CES 2020 in Las Vegas with Ben DeCastro, who is from Eargo, and they've got a fantastic new product out this year that is a sort of invisible hearing aid. So just tell us a little bit more about the product, Ben.
Thank you for having me, Mark. Yeah, we just launched here at CES the Eargo Neo Hi-Fi. It's our latest and greatest hearing aid. What makes it so great is, well, first of all, it's invisible. I'm actually wearing one right now. As you can see, it fits completely inside your ear where nobody can see it. It's also extremely comfortable because of these Flexi palms, Flexi Tetra palms right here. And it's rechargeable. So from an environmental perspective, much better for the environment. You also get a licensed professional support with every Eargo that's bought. So we have professionals across the country that are there available to you 24/7 so that you, if you have any issues, especially in the first 30 days as you become adjusted to the new world of sound that you're hearing again, they're there to help you. And then there's also an app that comes with this as well, and you can do a whole bunch of different things with the app. You can adjust your treble, your bass, different sound profiles. So it basically you could personalize the Eargos just for you and all your given situations.
So let's start at the beginning with the actual product. I mean, one of the things that instantly comes to me is it's invisible, and that's really important to users, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things we're dealing with is hearing loss is one of the biggest health tragedies in America and the world, and nobody is talking about it. There are 42 million people in the United States alone with hearing loss, hundreds of millions around the world, and only 26% actually use a device. Why? Stigma. Right? Nobody wants to have this thing behind their ear. It makes them feel old, and nobody wants to feel old. So by putting it inside your ear, shrinking the electronics, we've removed the stigma from the equation, and hopefully people will now start to do something about their hearing loss.
And how difficult was it for Eargo to shrink all of that technology? Because it's high fidelity as well. So this is hi-fi. It's not just sort of tinny sound. This is full range.
That's right.
How difficult was it to shrink all of that and rechargeable and make it comfortable into such a small device?
It wasn't easy. I mean, it took us many years to perfect, and we're constantly perfecting. We're finding new ways to make the product better and better, and that is hi-fi. You know, for hi-fi, we increased the bandwidth, so we now cover the mild to severe high-frequency loss, and then we even go a little bit on the low frequency to give you a very full-bodied sound. Then we've increased the noise cancellation with noise reduction, and what you get is a very, very sharp, high-quality sounding product, and that's why we've called it hi-fi.
And the other thing that's really interesting about it is on the device itself, there's the little kind of really soft sort of bud on there. But it's not like a normal bud that you would get on a set of earbuds for your iPhone or your Android device. It's got a kind of look. Why does it look like it does?
Right. Well, the reason is Flexi Tetra palms, and they're removable, by the way. Once, you know, if you ever need to remove them, you just grab a new one, you put it on. It's very simple. But what we designed it this way so that it has an open fit. Why is that important? Most hearing aids and earbuds close the ear, amplify everything through your ear. Well, with hearing loss, what you end up getting is you lose kind of that spatial perception because it's just amplifying everything into your ear. By having an open fit, we let the natural bass sound still come through, and the stuff you can still hear still come through. And you combine that with the amplification that we're doing on the high frequencies, and what you get is a much more natural sounding product than ever before. And that's what our customers are telling us, is this product, not only does it work fantastic, but it sounds a lot different than other hearing aids out there, and that it's a lot more natural sounding.
And in terms of kind of the hearing loops that you have in kind of venues, and then you also have the sort of normal day-to-day amplification. Does this work with those kind of, you walk into a theatre and there's a hearing aid loop? Does this actually pick those up as well?
I haven't seen any of those here in the States yet, but no, it's not Bluetooth capable, but honestly, they work so well, so long as it's amplifying, you're going to be able to hear it.
Fantastic. And in terms of how long it's, how did you get the batteries and all of that really clever amplification technology into such a small form?
We have some of the best engineers in the business, for sure. And it took them, as I said, years and years to perfect this. They've made it smaller and smaller over the years, so we fit more and more ears, which is fantastic. But you know, there's a DSP circuit, there's a flex circuit, there's batteries in there, and then you know there's the algorithms that go with that as well. So you know, it really is a marvel of engineering, and you know, I'm quite proud of it.
And so you were talking just a second ago about the app that comes with it. Mm-hmm. Why would you need to have an app as well? What are the main things that you can do with the app?
So with the app, you can, so the device itself comes with 4 sound profiles. And if you want to change sound profiles, you know, there's no switches, there's no dials, you just double tap your ear and it goes to the next one. It's very simple. And what the app does is it lets you to upload new profiles in there. It'll let you play with the bass and the treble of the current profile you're on. And there's other profiles that are on there. Some of them are for different environments. So there's one for restaurants, there's one for crowds, one for movie theaters, so that depending on your environment, you can just double tap your ear and you're already adjusted for the environment you're in. You get the best sounding experience possible.
And how long would you typically have to recharge your hearing buds?
Great question. I mean, the typical charge on an Eargo lasts 20 hours, 16 to 20 hours, depending on how long you use it and if it was fully charged. So you just wear them all day, you put them in at night, let them charge, and they're ready to go in the morning.
So that's actually the charging device there?
This is the charger,
And then does that plug into so yeah, you've got USB-C on the bottom, so that plugs into your mains, charges this actual little device.
Yeah, the charger
here.
has a charge for about about a week's charge.
A week's worth of charge in it for the buds themselves.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And are there upgrades? Does the app have new things coming in that then sort of keeps these things up to date?
Yeah, so we're constantly upgrading the app, we're constantly upgrading the algorithm. So yeah, updates will come through and it will all come through the app itself.
And how long has this actual product here, the Neo Hi-Fi, how long has that been on the market for now?
About 3 days.
3 days, excellent.
We have older versions, the Neo and the Max, that have been around for a couple of years, but this one we just launched at the show a couple of days ago.
And is it something that's worldwide now? And where would you go to buy something like this?
This is only in the US today, and it retails for $29.50. We sell directly to consumer online over the phone. We feel that there's so much opportunity for us here. We really want to focus on the American market, but that said, you know, for us, our mission is to help hearing loss of people with their hearing, no matter where they are. So you can bet that I'm sure one day Eargo will be available everywhere, including the UK.
And from a point of view of American customers at the moment and here in the US, what's the feedback been like from them?
Oh, people love them. I mean, our customers, they give us fantastic feedback on how this has not only helped their hearing, but changed their lives. You know, I'm on the phone with some of my clients sometimes, and they're in tears, grown men crying because their world has just opened up for them. They can hear things they haven't heard in a long time. One of my favorite anecdotes was a customer who said that he woke up one morning, got out of bed, put his Eargos in, and he noticed that as he got up, the floor was creaking. And he turned to his wife and he said, "How long has this floor been creaking?" And she looked at him and said, 15 years. But that's what I mean, is that the whole world just comes alive again. And that's really what our mission is and what we're trying to do.
And that's really because of the dynamic range of the Eargo then, that high fidelity area of it.
Absolutely.
And in terms of an age restriction, is you know, what's the youngest age that could be wearing something like this?
There really is no age restriction. It's really about the hearing loss. I mean, most people have hearing loss that you know that happens in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. But some people it happens younger, especially people with occupations with have noise damaging sound associated with them. Or some people have naturally hearing loss at a younger age. There really is no age restriction. It's more along the lines of, do you have mild to severe high frequency loss, then give Eargo a try, it'll probably help.
And what about if your ears are different size, so maybe the actual holes, are there ways of adapting that, so for larger ear canals and smaller ear canals?
Yeah, so the Flexi Fibres come with a variety of sizes, and you just put on, the box already comes with a couple of sizes, so you just put on a larger one if you have a larger ear canal, and then just put them in and find the right fit.
And presumably if you lose those little covers, you can then, you know, get extra sets and that kind of thing, yeah?
Absolutely. You can go online and buy them right from Eargo, and we'll mail them to you.
Fantastic. Ben, thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you very much, Mark.